This is day 454 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. If you'd like to sponsor upcoming shir or more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please contact me directly. It would be very greatly appreciated. Still in Siman Shin Aleph, and today we're doing Tzadik Beis to Tzadik Tes. Tzadik Beis. Hine Peruz Talus Mikupelis. So we were talking about the talus, how you wear a talus on the Shabbos, when it will be a problem, when it won't be a problem, and a talus which is folded up on your shoulder. Because of Rashi Zal and Ayin Sham, that this is a talus which is folded on your shoulder. V'chein Hatur, Ain't the Rambam, but it doesn't seem to be the path the Rambam takes. Come yochli os the dina lo yachlok Rambam. It's possible that Adin says it's possible Rambam. We're not arguing this halacha. The din saying mikbir kol masher hatalis mishulav. What happens if you picked up the entire extent of the talus from its bottom until the top, and you wrapped it around your shoulders? It's not a garment at all. Even before him, in front of him, the ends are dangling. And if he be chayav a korban, if he did it unintentionally. But if it goes lower down the shoulders, even a lot of it is wrapped around the shoulders. But when the talus is not reached to its full extent, it must be like a garment, because it covers most of the body on the back. The Mishnah Berurah says if it doesn't cover most of the body. Some people are machmir, it should be covering most of the body, but I guess according to Mishnah Berurah, a substantial amount might be enough. And possibly according to Arukh HaShulchan as well. Not sure, but no, can't tell. And here's how we wear the talus, including in a modern day, when we go to shul. Right? Well, part of it is on our shoulders, but most of it extends down. Small. And even if you put the right side on the left side, it's still okay. That's what we do when we wrap, when you put on the talus, lisate betzitzis. But according to the other halacha, which he explains in Pesik Peites, according to the Rambam, when you fold it on both shoulders, the talus has to dangle down towards the hands. That seems to be the case from the Arukh and the Tur. And in the brackets it says, how can we call adorning oneself unless it's coming down somewhat in front? Inside again. The words of the Beis Yosef seem to contradict himself. He writes later on, wow, allowed to go just around the talus around your neck. The so still for he said even on the shoulders forbidden. I should say even on the shoulders it's forbidden. Certainly it's only around the neck. This comes from Mechubas Sarashba showing the man they asked him, a certain place where they carry the talus around their necks. All the people in Spain used to go out that way because it's tznius. I'm not sure exactly how. Even in the courtyard, and it's a way of wearing for them. The Mepharshim have great difficulty with this Rashba. So the Arukh HaShulchan says this is not talking about a talus like our talus gadol. Betalis katan. It's talking about the arba kanfos, the tzitzis. Okay, and sudar, which is like a scarf. Sholin. This is like what us is called a shawl. V'yesh korim sharf. Some people call it a scarf. Shekorchen sivat savar, which you put around the neck. V'lenoy with sneezes for adornment and for modesty. I would also say for heat. Rabbeinu says Shulchan Aruch is terse, is not concerned with detail and explanation. As this is wont in the Shulchan Aruch. Those who write that those who dangle the scarf or the ends of a turban on their shoulders for adornment. Assimilate Saisba, they can't go out that way. Constantina in Constantinople, and is not concerned. Valmadaktin talking about those are meticulous to tuck the ends of the scarf in their belts. And now we're not concerned they might remove it. It seems that we probably, according to this, have to tie it to the belt. This is similar to the Rashba's discussion of the small scarves, like our shawls. Those who must see those are forbidden mitam. Talus mukupelas accessive also. That's considered to be talus folded on his shoulder, which is forbidden. Over Constantina, by Constantinople, material kadas Rash, but they matter like the Rash, but in them the talus it's not similar to a talus. It's really more similar to a scarf. But what about the concern that might fall and you might come to carry it? That's you tuck the ends in the belt. You should be makbid to tie it in the belt. We work in our scarves. Not sure I've ever done this, but I guess you hold it. You put it down here across. Then I guess so. That you put the right side and left side of the garment, and the left side and the right side of the garment, and I guess it makes it tucks it in tightly. By our words, there's no concern that they might fall. They're very narrow, but they're very long. It falls down very much in front of him, and I guess even if he doesn't tuck it in, he's not likely to take it off. Brackets, Kamash Kosav Among Avram Sikha Megil Moshe Mariel, the Mutzah says Betali Shalonu, Middle says that going on Talisos, Gankin Circumar, Osh Kamasu Shalom Mat Mektefav, either it's hanging down from his shoulders, or Talis Cotton, or it's a Talis Cotton, Kasudar Sharp, shown like our scarves, Kamasu Gankin Karashba, and his intent is also like the Rashba. Tzadik, hey. But he says, when he goes out wrapped in his talus. We keep him kan and he folds it here on both sides. The Rambam he brought above. And he wrote, that's by their talisos. Show you they're one large square. Our clothing, when you're wearing them, and you take extend your hands out from under them, Litvos Kitasam Biodo, to hold part of it in his hands, like Bion to lift them up. They should get dirty. Shulav, its bottom, its sides, betit in mud. Okadesh so that shouldn't impede him from walking. Akal Shono. Mizeni Rashitov as a kavon. It seems, but he says that the intent, the Rambam is Masha Kasab Kipla Mikan. That was just said he folded from here and from there. Hayash Kipla Milamata Lamala. He folds it from below on top. Below Kamosha Bianamasi Petesh Kovin at Samak Tefayim. Now you're folding it on this from the sides, on the shoulders. The Perusha is a Ganka Kedin Shotasmu Kupeles the Perusha. And this also has the status of a folded talus, according to this interpretation. But there you lift it up all completely onto the shoulders. It's kind of be a rock of Shuayim Arabe, and you just lifted the bottom up a lot. They may be, I still understand this, so why should we be permissible? The Chaykab Mashach these those. How is this an adornment? But for us it makes no difference because this is not the way we are talesos, it's fine, I guess. The Shabura says that if only the ends are on the shoulders, it's Isser, but not Chayev. And also has to do with this Kavanah. Okay? But our garments, which are garments, are okay, even they're not to adorn. Since they have sleeves. And you put your hands on them, that Habi beggar garment that's an absolute, total, and complete type of garment. Brackets vatas, you can chavav shcholik as that b'zeh and sham chol v'ab tzorich iyun. The taz is difficult to understand, but divrei Rabbi says it's tzeikin, Rabbi says right, chenkos abli rabbos, you've got no gimel, shagam mataz lo aser. That's perhaps the taz also only for beidok shemagmin lagarm elamal. We pick all the sides up completely. But if that's the case, he's certainly correct. Gam kaman the Beis the king koshes bar sifaba, and it's also in the Beis so we shall see imminently. Tzadik vav. Amnam zeh hatz a rak shmagbiim min haaretz. There's only when you lift the hands off the ground to come near a lakko, but everybody sees sheteres malbushal of that is the form of clothing. I be alamala, but if you lift it up way up high, fare also. That's something else. Zesh kas mario. Hani nashish shemashilin makapi midayim takus rosayim. Those women who crunch up and fold their garments under their arms to lift them up, that they shouldn't become dirty. Shuleim at the bottom, asur and forbidden. What they can't do is pick it up with their hands without folding it all. This is what it means. If you lift it up to your armpits, it is no longer a garment. But lift it up with your hands without folding. Of course, then you won't lift it all the way up. The gam, I feel bad, and even lift it up the gam, kasabushim, ain't a love shana, but you're dying. If you're not right, if they don't have sleeves in them, if you're not wearing them with gloves, I'm not sure exactly the scenario. Maybe they use some glove gloves. And if you don't have this hecker, ain't like be a harbe akrav, don't lift it up high to close to your shoulders. Come nearly like biamat ain't paid. Lift up a little bit, it certainly is not a problem. So backwards here, which comments on the Rosh Levush, we can skip that. Tzad Zayim, Siflam Zakos Rabbi Yosef, Yotze Adam, Besudam Kupa Ktefo, a person who out with a scarf folded on his shoulder, Abish Nima Krucha, low adds, but he does not have a thread wrapped around his finger. If the scarf does not cover the head and most of the torso, then also it says, but you can't go out with it. Unless you tie the two ends on the shoulders, one with the other. I can't show. End quote from the Beis Lashon Rambam. He added folded on his shoulder. That added those added words on the Rambam. Rakatur Kasam said it's only in the tour. Talus. So what's the difference between a sudar, which is permitted, and a talus, which is not? Mishmur Sev wants to say that even though talus it's usher when it's folded by a scarf, it's mutter, because the scarf that's you wear on a weekday. You fold it on your shoulder, as long as people do that occasionally on a weekday. But suppose that's not the derech for a talus. But back to Arukh HaShulchan. Arukh HaShulchan says, "Kvar temua love everybody is astounded." The Beis Yosef, "Oh, Isav kadata adahu garo kol kach." If it's such a large talus, how can you say it doesn't carry the majority of his torso? Turmas locus of Loshin Zayin, and Tur does not write that language. Avoided the Suda Katanu, so it's clearly about a small scarf. And then those, some which could cover his head and most of his torso, and then those who do not. The bracket says, Sakinta Shabagmara Sham. That's what it calls Sakinta. The Torah appears as Sakinta lehefech. The Torah says the Sakinta is the opposite. It's a Suda Gadol, a large scarf. Shalei ben which is hanging between his shoulders. The Rosh Tufo on his head is wrapped in it. The Chashin Shem Yipol, we're afraid he might fall. L'chein Tzor L'kosho, that's you have to tie it iron Shem. But Taz is Herich Ma'od. Taz speaks a great length. The Kosho Amar will come also. It's hard to understand what he's saying. Achmo Misotor, for the end of his words, Nira, Shemaskin Gankin L'mash Kustav Sipetes. He agrees with what we wrote. The Kshenosi Matalas Besa Knesses. That when you're carrying we're taking the talus home from shul, even though you're wearing it, so it it has to come forward and extend down towards the hands. If he davens that way, it's effective. Mishnah Berurah says that if a scarf is folded on your shoulder, it's derech levush. But if you removed it, in order to wrap your body, then you need rov gufa, most of the torso. So he's saying that they're both saying that scarves are okay. It's talesos which are really the problem. And even folding on the shoulder could be that a scarf is okay. But I don't think we pass on away the Maisa. Tzadiches, remember Gemara. New issue. The Gemara says, "Ayotze memos atzurin lo b'tzino." Somebody goes up with money wrapped in his linen. Chayav chatas, he's liable chatas. Gloshes a kosav atur v'ashul horam b'sif lamed base. V'an kosav b'perikul base. V'emes lichorem b'zeh shum rabus. The same said, no, not be a chiddush. Lo zel atzol Gemara. There's absolute taking, moving from domain to domain. On the ikar rabus, but the main chiddush is the lower meaning is hotzah. So kedarko. We don't say it's not the normal way of hotzah. Vein also mirabana. It's only this in rabana mishum the most aknos bakis. Because normally money is in a pocket, you're not wrapped in a sheet. Unless you're chayav, you can't mishkein derech hachen vanim. Because storekeepers do wrap their money in these sheets. So chen vanim yotzi chayav chatos. Chen vanim goes out and says chayav chatos. Lo chen vanim bilbad, not just the storekeeper, el kol adam, everybody. El shedarko chen vanim says most of the mistino. But it's the derech is picked up from the storekeeper who goes out with money wrapped in his linen. Side test. Because Rabbi says the Siflam Gimel also says Shabbos Mimosa Kesef Resolve Turn Go Big. You can't go out with money, gold, silver, or gold, which is sewn into your garment. If you didn't write that you're chayav to go out that way, Ketsurim Bistino, like it says when they're wrapped in the sheet. Because this certainly is a hotzah not in the normal manner, sewing them into your clothing. Also, there was only a rabbinic prohibition. Now, around custom perky base, then you give a motzi la'achar yodo, somebody who takes something out in a not normal way, of a kishav or a bigdo, or in a garment in a pocket that he sewed to his garment. If the pockets facing downwards, putter, then your putter, because that's not normal counting. Sounds like also when, specifically when the opening of the pocket or the wallet maybe is that faces down. Have it social kadarka. It's not normal. It's all. I have a piv lamala, but if the mouth of the thing is on top, chayav, you're liable. I have to say the most foot below keys. So we have to. So that's the case. How do we? What's with this sewn money? So the money is sewn in without a pocket. Having a social kadarka, no matter what, it be considered a social kadarka. Actually, most in the kiss. But if you put it in a pocket, the tofra kiss big, and then you sew the pocket to your garment. Havi derech hotzah, then that's going to be the normal bad fashion hotzah. Imlo should be the mouth unless the mouth is facing down. Please, according to this, shenos most bekiso b'shar davar. If you put the money not into your garment and sew it in, but into a pocket or something else, and then for a big, and you sew that onto your garment, chayav chatos. This is the Raisa. The Yeshus and Afkina, Dinik Moshe Varb said the Shai now is going to give a ramification halacha, which Mr. Hashem will see tomorrow.